Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is our very last one for the 2021 year. Our PR club has been wonderful talking with y'all throughout the year, figuring out what you needed to help you be proficient or at least get the hang of being the vice president of public relations. So it was a great and awesome year this year. So I do want to start off with the new brand manual, and then we can go ahead and ask any questions and also talk about your succession plans. So there is a new brand manual out, and I'll put the link in the chat. Do that right now. And this came out June the, I think it was June the 5th or something. It came out in June, but it basically looks about the same. I've been going through it, trying to figure out what's technically different. But so far, so it has some of the same things. Hey, Miss Brenda.
Hello, how is everyone?
All right. We're just going over the new brand manual, and I'm gonna drop it again in the chat because you just came in. So let me do that right now. Okay, so this is the link to the new brand manual. And so far, it seems to be somewhat of the same things. The color palette is still the same colors. The numbers are still the same for that. They also gave you these gradient directions, which is a little bit newer. How to do gradients if you want to do gradients in your flyers, or if you wanted to have like a background for your picture or whatever. This is how you can do the gradients for those. They even have a gray gradient as well. And also talking about transparencies, sometimes how we have where we're typing and black doesn't show up or white doesn't show up on the color that we have. So they have given you some options now about transparencies and what to put for each one. So like for basically for the white, the opacity or the degree of clarity will be 70%. And then the bottom will be the actual color that you wanted to use. But if you were using gray, you will have the gray, and then you will have the loyal blue at 70% instead of white. Because white and gray is just, it'll just be the same thing. So, and they have the grayscale of the Pathways logo on here. And of course, the badges. The fonts seem to be the same. And also you can still download them with the links that they have right here. Because remember, this is a very interactive booklet, and it also talks to you too. Whenever you see a microphone, that means that you can click on it to hear what it has to say about something. And again, just a reminder about not using cartoons, illustrations, or clip art for any of the clubs, areas, the vision directions, or regions. And don't forget that that we do have those lovely photographs in under the brand portal. And so they're giving you some things about how you place in the logo on the photography. So let's say you have a photo, and it says that the Toastmaker logo can be used on photographs, as long as the placement of the logo has a good contrast between the logo and the image behind. If you look to the one to the right, you see how it's shaded in the back where the black is, where it's sort of like a fade into the actual picture, so where it's not, the logo is not being distracted by what's the actual picture. It has is where it was very clear and no distractions. And so the logo should not couple people's faces in. I'm grateful there's not a grammarian on tonight. The logo should not be on people's faces or compete, or again compete with the image. And again, go to your brand portal, and remember, if you are using the cards, the card templates, remember to use the blue. The blue is for clubs, maroon is for the district. And there is an email signature that you can also download as well, that's in here, that you can use for your email. And you can go through the rest of it. But that is the new brand manual. And I'm going to put it in chat again because we had a couple more people come in. That is the new brand manual. It came out this year, 5/21, well, in June. Well, just at the end of May. And it came out in the June leader letter. So that's why I say June. But that's the new brand manual. Okay, we have some more people to join us. We have Miss Brenda, Lorraine to join us. Okay, so we're going to start with Mark. Mark, do you have any general questions before we move on to succession and Q&A?
Yeah, I want to learn about Nextdoor app because some people told me it was really good. I remember one lady I saw, I guess maybe at TLI, she said her club is small. That means their church just like mine does. It was a big help to them.
Okay. Okay, so basically with Nextdoor app, you sign up within your neighborhood, and also nonprofits can do it as well. So that is good for Okay, all right. So Nextdoor app is basically sort of like Meetup, except for it's directly within your area. And so basically once you sign up, then it shows you what's in your area. So basically in the setup interface, it's sort of like Facebook. So you'll go up here to the top, put in your subject, your message. If you wanted to add a picture to it. Also, you can do a poll where you can ask a question or put the event. So it has somewhat of a Facebook interface, but also a Meetup kind of group to it. Where, and hello Vivian, where you actually are doing people within your neighborhood. And mine is looking really well because I just got in here. So, so it tells you how many groups you have that's in your area that you can connect with. So basically it's like a neighborhood meetup with a Facebook feel to it. Does that kind of answer your questions, Mark?
Yeah. I was wondering if I would think you can probably use your Gmail just like you do with Meetup, your Gmail account.
Yeah, you can sign up with the options are Gmail, Facebook, or the Apple, or you can just put in a regular email and password.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so Felicia, you were the next one on. Felicia, do you have any questions in general before we move on to succession planning?
No, not at the moment. I'm still in shock learning mode.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So in Next Door Neighbor, did you sign up as a separate account from your own personal one?
Okay, so you can do it whereas since it has Gmail capabilities, and you can use your club Gmail account to sign up for Nextdoor for your club.
Okay.
And then you would just put in the general address of where your club meets to get that specific neighborhood.
Okay, this is Lorraine. I got on a few minutes late and I'm just trying to figure out what is that file that you put in the chat? I can't open it up.
I cannot either.
Okay, it's I can't open it up. Okay, hold on.
No, ma'am.
Let me do it this way. All right, so basically it is the new brand manual.
Oh, okay.
Where is it?
The new who?
Okay, so they have a new brand manual, and
Mhm.
basically it tells you the different tools that you how if whenever you doing something for the club that's gonna be promotional or in general like business cards or whatever, what colors to use, how to font, and it also gives you suggestions or guidelines on how to line up and what to do with it. So it's a very good tool to use and to have, especially if you're using the logo on a lot of your flyers. You really want to have that kind of handy. So all you have to do is copy and paste it, the color hex numbers into your into the so that's what they call it, the selection. So it's really good to have that on hand just in case.
Mhm.
Just copy and paste it. All right, while I'm doing that, okay, so Miss Brittany, you were on next. Okay, did you have a question in general?
No, the only thing I was asking about was Next Door Neighbor, I believe.
All right. And then Miss Lorraine, you were the next one in. Did you have a question in general?
No.
All right, Miss Vivian, did
Okay.
you have a general question before we move forward?
Just a general question. Okay, I went into the new brand manual and I moved around in that, okay. And then I went to the new backgrounds and I was doing okay until I got into putting the club name and the number and all in here. And I don't know what I imported or what I did, but everything just kind of went haywire in here.
Okay, so that was the new upload from the leader letter.
It was.
Okay, and it did it in the PowerPoint version, right? I just didn't have a chance to tackle it yet. But
Oh, okay.
let me let's open it up. Hold on.
Okay. Mhm.
There it goes. Okay, all right, so I put in the brand manual in the chat.
Oh, I have the brand name.
Uh-uh. Somebody got a call. Okay, who's that? All right.
I do have a question when you get a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
I am on a laptop and my computer, I am unable to download and use any virtual backgrounds and I don't know what to do.
Okay. Have you signed into Zoom.us?
No, I better write that down.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's what you need to do. Zoom.us. Okay.
And what's Zoom.us gonna do?
That's where okay, so basically you're that's your account. And you have to go into your back off what we call the back office and set up those settings to make sure that that is selected.
Okay, so how did I get this Zoom account that I have now?
I'm not sure.
Okay, side conversation later. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we'll get together on that, Fifi. All right, I'm waiting for it to download. And also while I'm here, so if you ever need to know where the leader letter is, you go to Leisure Central and it's right here, the leader letter, and they have both the club and the district, so you can see what's going on in the district as well.
It's helpful.
It's very helpful. I put a lot of that information in the newsletters. There we go. Okay, all right, so all right, so
I did. I went ahead and enable.
okay, all right,
editing.
so you enable the editing. All right, it says add your copy to the slide, then save as. Okay. All right, so when you had entered in your information and you press save as, what happened?
Saved it and I saved it to my my folder. What I normally do is when I'm working on something, I'll just create a folder for it to hold it in. And so I saved it to my folder as background, as a background. Okay. And then I went into it, trying to adjust it so I could get the club name and the number, all of it to flow smoothly. But I don't know if I opened something I shouldn't have, or if I clicked something I shouldn't have, likely I did.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this real quick.
I did that.
I'm gonna close it out. Come back here. Okay, all right. Okay, so once you open it back up, what happened?
Then let me put my full screen on, if you can see what I've done.
Okay, how about you share your screen? I'll
Oh.
stop sharing.
Let's see, screen share. Okay. Share. Um, Okay, where am I now? Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I know where I'm supposed to go. Okay, I've got to share it and I've got to go get it. Okay, let's see, where did I put it? I put it here. No, I didn't. I know what I did. Where did I put it? Okay. No. All right. I'm not sure where my folder is. Let's see if I can find it by the time you come back to me. I'm sorry. I should have
Oh,
already
yeah.
had it out.
All right, Miss Joyce, how you doing? Did you have a general question?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Jennifer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, how are you doing? Did you have
I'm
a
great,
general?
grand, glorious. I'm great, grand, glorious, and terrific, as always.
Yes. Did you have a general question? A general question that that's just burning to the top that you need answered tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we're doing. Pardon my French.
Okay.
I am, you know me in
found me a
technology,
friend.
I'm so lost. Oh, I am observing, listening, and I'm going to try to get some personal help from you later. So
Okay.
carry on, love. Thank you for asking.
Okay. All right. Okay. So while Miss Vivian's still looking for the file, what I wanted to impart tonight was, the succession plan. What does it look like for you? By a show of emotions, how many of you are leaving the BPR role? Thumbs up. These are thumb reactions. Give me a thumbs up. How many are leaving the BPR role? Okay. All right.
Jennifer, can you see it now?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Jennifer, did you say leading or leaving the
Leaving.
VPR role? Oh no, I'm coming in as VPR.
That was my next question. How
Okay.
many are coming in as the new BPR? Put a reactions, a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Okay. So, all right. So that gives me what I need to talk about next. Okay, Miss Vivian, it looks like you have it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're trying to make the signage bigger.
I think they probably should be larger. Should I just enlarge them or should I go back to the brand manual and import something?
I believe if you want to make it larger, I would use one of the three at the top.
Okay.
That way you can actually see it. But if you wanted to do something, you just had to have a background, then you can do this one. But if you're doing it as to where you really want them to see the banner, I would go with one of the three at the top.
Okay.
Because I think that they have it set and if I know Toastmasters like I do, it might be like that Word document that they have for the agenda where
Okay.
it fights you like a demon. So you might want to
Mm.
go to one of those 3 at the top if you really just want to make sure that they actually see the banner.
Okay, okay.
But
Thank
if
you.
you're doing it for like a picture or just a general background, then you can go with that one.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I followed the instructions you gave.
Yeah.
I wrote all the instructions down. and I have them all right here. Jennifer said, do this and then follow this.
Yeah. Okay, so since we have the majority of either new or staying on VPPRs, these are some things that you need to do. When you need to definitely get with the VPPR that's going out,
Mhm.
get all the passwords, usernames for everything that the club has. Make sure that you have the email, username, password, and you want to go in there and check. Okay, so let's say, for instance, they have a Gmail account. Let me go there to Gmail.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, wrong one. This is so annoying. It's a little far. Okay, all right. Sorry. Okay, so when you are when you have signed into the Gmail account for the club, if they have a Gmail account, you want to go to these 9 dots
Okay,
and go to the account. Okay. You want to check and see, let me move y'all again. You want to check and see who is under security. See who is the verification person. You want to come down here and look ways to verify. You want to see who recovery phone number it is, who recovery email it is, and the security question. You want to make sure that at least one of you is in here. Either it's the phone number or the email. That way you can always get back into the email just in case, too many hands in the pot,
Mhm.
get locked out of the account. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you want to make sure that your information is one of those. That way you're able to get back into the account.
Okay,
That's first thing you need to do with the email. Make sure that even the email, even if the club have a Yahoo account, you want to go to the settings to security to make sure that your name is one of the recovery options. And that you do know if they have to have a question, if they have a security question, you know what the question and the answer is.
okay.
Awesome. Okay, so you want to get the free toast host. Okay. Stop sharing for just a second while I sign in. Okay, so you want to make sure that you, on the website, I always keep those just in case. You want to make sure on the website you log in as an admin, launch the admin console. You want to go to administrator information.
Mhm.
You want to make sure your name, because you're the BPPR, you're the one in control, unless you know the president has a, but you want to make sure that you know the password and that your name and your email, because whenever something happens, and you might want to choose an email that it doesn't get a lot of activity,
Mhm.
because every time someone adjusts something on the agenda or loses their password or signs in for the first time, you get an email.
Okay.
So if you have a personal one that you don't want to get bombarded with, you might want to, and if you have more than one, you might want to put it on the one that's a little slower, that doesn't get a lot of activity. And make sure that you know the password and you change the password, unless, like I told my people, let's keep it so that everybody knows what it is.
Mhm.
And then you want to you want to go to email and contact forms,
Mhm.
and you want to check out this contact us form.
Mhm.
You want to make sure that the president, vice president of membership, and perhaps you get those emails from this contact website, so that that way 3 people are getting those emails. And what I've done here, I put Savannah Club. So we had a Gmail account, so I did just add the Savannah Club as a member, so that the emails will go directly there as well, so that if it gets lost in the midst of other people's emails, it's in the club email. So when you go check the club email, you'll see it there. So that's the website. Those are the 2 most important things on the website. Making sure that your admin administrator information is in there, and that you check that contact us. Had one where they weren't receiving any information because it was of someone who wasn't a part of the club anymore, so they were receiving all those emails and nobody else was. So it's important. It's important to get rectified. Okay, next thing, Toastmasters International. So on Toastmasters, you want to go to find the club and find your club. And this is not Colorado. So you want to find your club. You want to make sure that all the information is correct on your club. Make sure that the website link is okay. Who number, that you know who number that is that's up there. Make sure your time and date. And also I would check this contact club. Send a message, see if it goes to the right person or not. To know who that's going to. So that's another form of contact that you're getting from Toastmasters. So you want to make sure that you know who's getting that. If it's a vice president membership, if it's your actual Gmail account for the club, who's getting that contact. And then also make sure your links are there and that they're working. So our Facebook link is working, and I need, oh goodness. Yeah, I have to help them out a little bit. Okay. And so this leads me to Facebook. With Facebook, the BPPR ahead of you needs to befriend you on Facebook. Then once you accept their friend request, they have to come to the page. Scroll all the way down to settings. come to page roles, they have to assign a new page role, which is you. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, okay. Assign a new page role. So they type in your name, and your name will pop up as one of their friends. That's why they have to add you as a friend. Otherwise, you won't pop up and they won't be able to add you. And you want to make sure that they put you on as admin. So it's good to do a Zoom with the person and get it done at the same time. That way, y'all don't have to shuffle for many days. It can happen just like that. And you can visibly see that you're being added as admin. And once they add you as admin, they'll put in the passcode, their passcode to accept you as admin. You'll get a message saying, hey, they want you to be admin of this group, of this page. You can accept it and you're in the door. Okay. So it used to be a minute ago when you could have made a, how you have your own personal Facebook account, you could have made one for the club, but they're not doing that anymore. They want you to actually have a lot of credentials done. So otherwise that would save a lot of headache and heartache for the club without having to try and finagle people. All
Say
right.
that again, please.
If you were able to still make a Facebook account for the club with the club name, then that would save you, the VPPR, a lot of headache and all that good stuff. But they don't do that anymore. They have a lot more stricter guidelines as to what they look for in a profile.
Jennifer, is the VPR also responsible for the Facebook page as well as the web page?
Mm-hmm. If your club has a Facebook page, yeah.
Well, we haven't, but we're making one.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my responsibility too. Okay, boy, they don't know what they're getting into, do they?
And also, if y'all make, Joyce, if y'all making one, you need to tell them, go ahead and have everything written out, what they want to say, the description. Let me go back to the page. Everything written out, the description, whose phone number is going to go up there as far as contact. What else? Yeah, make sure they have everything figured out, what they're gonna do for the description. Yeah, whose phone number is gonna be a contact phone number. Also the descriptions and everything else. So you wanna have all your information before you start creating the page.
Have you experienced any kind of security challenges by putting people's personal information up there?
No, but what
Okay,
you can do is you can, if the club has a Gmail account, they can get a Google Voice number.
Oh, okay.
And that will be or they can get a text now number, and it'll be like a text number.
Is that also a Google account thing? A text number?
Okay, so the Google Voice is Google, but hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so it's called Text Now, and it gives you a number.
Okay.
And it's not through Google, but it's free. You're gonna have some advertisements, but it's free. And it actually, so my church did it.
Okay, so
it gives you, I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn my background off. Okay, so.
Jennifer, is that what District 14 did, and that's why sometimes I receive a text?
No, okay, District
Oh,
14 has a
Lord have mercy.
texting service. It's called Simply Text. This
Okay,
is why do people doing that?
that's all right. That's another side conversation.
All right, so
Ooh.
let me see if it. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can look it up online. Yeah, that is a whole nother different cash cow. The Simply Text. Text now. So yeah, so this is text now. So basically, it's free and it gives you a number.
Mhm.
So they can text you to that number. And then, if you want to use your number or use something else, then you can go from there. But the Google number, the Google Voice actually emails you once you get a call or a text, and you're able to call or text from that application for free.
Excellent. And then, so just one person gets that number and it goes to that one number.
Yeah, because basically with Google Voice, it hooks to your number.
I see.
So you can only have one Google Voice account at a time,
Okay, thank you.
unless you have multiple lines. You have multiple phone numbers, then yeah, you can get away with it. But
Don't even go there, Jennifer. Thank you. That looks
You're
good.
welcome. So also, if they are using, remember, don't forget to use, Posting My Wall if you're very new to making flyers. It has a lot of different ideas that you can use to give some interest. But if you're using that logo, you're gonna have to stick by the guidelines. So Posting My Wall, and if you're a little bit more advanced, then you can go to Canva. Canva still has some things that you can use, but they're a little bit more freestyle. And if you all the way advanced, Publisher or Adobe, and you're a bad person with those two. Okay. Any questions thus far? Any thoughts? How do you feel so far about taking on this role?
I think I'll learn by doing it.
Okay. Also, another great tool for you to have with your passive PR should have is a list of all like the newspapers and television stations and radio stations where you can promote Toastmasters. And if you don't, then you can go to let me go back to Toastmasters. If you go to, what is it, resources? Yeah. Okay, Leash Essential or Public Relations. Where is it? Something about the Mondos. Hold on. It's like an all one click link. Here we go. All right, so if you're working with news media, you can go to Mondo Times, and they have like all kind of like newspapers. And they a little bit adsy, so. So let me just click on Atlanta. All right, and so these are the different newspapers, radio stations, and things of that nature. And it gives you the different contacts. I can let you know that Riley is the editor-in-chief, and then
I'd like to say something about that, Jennifer. We did that, you know, Greensboro is a really small club in a really small rural area.
Mhm,
But we did go to the local radio station
mhm,
and they granted us a part in what they call Spotlight On, and it's either an organization or a business. And two of us went there and we did an interview that lasted for 5 minutes, and they played that for a week 2 or 3 times
mhm.
a day
Mhm.
at
Wow.
specific times. So that got our Greene County Toastmaster name out locally to the local businesses and people who listen locally. Those are the ones you want to come. So that was, and it was totally free. And then I did a write up about it with pictures of us at the recording studio for our local newspaper. So we double dipped on it, you know,
Mhm.
and got
Mhm.
a good amount of free advertising. Now, if I had the website at that time, of course, it would have also been on the website and the Facebook page. So when you do one thing like that, you can get multiple
Mhm,
levels of advertising from it, and it was all free.
yeah, that's amazing. So this is one application that I used when I was first starting out with the PR group for the district, and it's called Hootsuite. 3 is free, so if you go more than 3, then you have to pay. But Hootsuite, hold on, stop share for just a second. Oh, okay, so they kind of changed that. It's not free anymore. It's 2, but that's still good. You know, you can do that's 2 that you don't have to worry about right now. And it's a free account. So basically, and I got to figure out where the thing is at right now. Basically, what it does is you can hook up the Twitter, your Facebook account, and put post in there, and it will post it. So if you have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, then you can put 2 of those accounts on there, and then it'll post to those 2 accounts, and you don't have to worry about it. You can schedule those posts, and those posts will go out. On Facebook, you can schedule posts, and posts will go out, and it's not that hard. We can go back over that again, how to do that. But with the Hootsuite, that means you don't have to visit 2 and 3 sites. You only have to visit Hootsuite, put it in there, set it, and forget it. And it'll post for you. And it's free.
Nice.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's a little tool if you are feeling that crunch of trying to handle more than one social media, you can use Hootsuite. I know this is a lot of information and oh, hold on, we got to check. Okay. I know this is a lot of information, and It's gonna take a second to soak in, but and as I have seen, on Saturday, most of y'all know my number and my email. I saw on Saturday having it was at the deck meeting, and I was asking what was one of the things that worked for them, and about 3 people put having my number up there. So, that was cool.
You're so generous, Jennifer, so generous with your time. Thank you so much.
Yes,
You're welcome.
appreciate it
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
very much.
You're
Yes.
welcome. All right, and are there any other questions or thoughts?
Yes, just keep that same phone number now. Please don't change it on us and not share.
Oh, well, but you are getting a good PRM person, and she is gonna continue having connections with you. So I'm always here too. So I might even do a couple of trainings.
Mhm.
And
Who's
yeah,
incoming? Who's gonna be incoming, Jennifer? Have you been
you'll
talking? Can you
find
tell?
out.
Okay, okay,
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
they're ready. They're ready.
great, great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm out of here, everybody. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Sorry for being a little late. Nice to see you all.
Good night.